Hello, I want to give my opinion on the current state of AI. Another opinion, which I'm sure everyone is keen to hear. Uh, I am a programmer. I've been programming for 15 years, roughly, probably a bit more now. Uh, I program in C++, I program in C, I do it as a hobby, I do it for work. Well, I did, but I'm unemployed at the moment. More on that later. Um, I like making games. I like making simulations and worlds. I like writing things from scratch. So I am not a novice when it comes to programming. Uh, this video is about AI with regards to programming mostly. So I'll just get out of the way. I'm not anti AI. I'm not pro AI. I think machine learning is definitely going to change the world eventually. I think in things like cancer detection, possibly in making like assisting people when they drive. I don't think it's going to be there's ever going to be fully autonomous cars in their current form anyway. Um, just generally speaking, I think it's the technology is going to be a benefit. I don't think it's going to displace many people's jobs. Actually, well, possibly the only jobs it's going to displace are the bullshit ones, which again I'll get onto later too. But yeah, uh, I'm also not like down the AI rabbit hole. I don't think it's very good for programming. I don't think AGI is ever going to be achieved. Well, I think it will be achieved, but I don't think it's going to be achieved in my lifetime. But maybe not. I don't know. I think you need different kinds of computers that are far more powerful, more efficient than the ones we have now. But anyway, I don't think the current AI technology pathway is going to lead to AGI. But at least in the next 25 years, 10 to 25 years. Um, so yeah, I'm not an AI zealot, but I'm also not like I see the benefit of AI in tooling and things, especially in video games. But I don't like slop. No one likes slop. I don't want people to use it lazily. I like it when people use it for good things, and I don't like it when people use it for bad things, which is pretty obvious. But anyway, so there's been a lot of talk about AI, LLMs, let's just say, replacing programmers, and people talking about agentic, fucking agentic. What the hell does that even mean? Agentic workflows where you have lots of different agents doing pull requests and making commits and just doing stuff for you. Wow, you don't have to write anything anymore. You just get an AI to do it. And I'll be honest, I don't understand what that is. Uh, because I think what's been happening in software is I think AI has revealed something underlying in the industry that's been going on for quite a while, at least 20 years, which is that it's already sloppified. It was sloppified before LLMs really came onto the scene. I mean, the endless frameworks in the web world, the endless indirection from new tooling, containerization, Dockers, where the fuck they are, just endless abstractions. It's like just needless busy work, just like overcomplication of the most simple things. The slop was already there. The bedrock. I think there's a real big there's a real reason why the AI rhetoric, like it slips off the tongue of these tech guys so easily, because they've been doing this sloppy shit for quite a while. So I don't think, clearly I'm cynical, it's not going to replace programmers anytime soon, but I think it's going to put the sloppy programmers out of a job eventually. This is if you live in a more, it's cynical and a bit stupid, but yeah. So realistically, practically speaking, it's not very good at writing software. It's good at writing small snippets of code. I think it's good at giving you ideas. Even then, it's kind of, you feel like your brain is rotting when you're doing that. I do use it to like explain an algorithm to me. That's usually how I use it. Like, oh, what is, I don't know, how does STD DQ work or whatever in C++? And then usually I know to verify that with some other reference or something like that. Or how does this algorithm work? I don't know. How does a matrix multiply work? That's pretty straightforward. But I use it as an aid, an assist, and it is useful for that. I've tried. I haven't. The problem is, I don't do the kind of so I've watched people do these agentic workflows, and they're just in a different industry to me. I'm writing as a hobby. Let's say my game engine. I'm writing. I know what it needs to do. I know how to write it. I just need to kind of, actually type the letters. But according to, I think it was like the Cursor CEO or something, programming isn't about typing, apparently. It's about problem solving, which I agree. But the problem is, I guess when you write with a pen and paper or on a keyboard, is that the process of thinking involves doing. You're not just typing characters in when you are writing a program. You're thinking about what you're doing at a very fundamental level, and you're building a picture of the program as it increases in size. It's not a surprise that they can't scale these agentic. I feel so ridiculous saying that word. They can't scale the agents. Like they add more to the pile to build a bigger program. I think there was some company that wrote a new browser or something in Rust, and it was like millions of lines with agents, millions of lines of like pulled in dependencies and all this stuff. And like I'm not surprised. So I think, practically speaking, you're going to see maybe the death of the slop software world eventually, because I don't think it's sustainable. I don't necessarily blame the CEOs for lying, which I think that they know they're lying about what AI can do, but I don't think they've got a choice, because they have a responsibility to increase share price. So it's this horrible incentive, it's this structure where they're just constantly pumping this shit up. But ultimately, I think the effect at the moment on the job market, so I'm unemployed, and what I found is I found it difficult to get the kind of responses to my CV that I used to have, because I think not only are these companies flooded out with AI CVs, I think these companies are apprehensive about hiring because of what everyone's saying about AI, which I think is a fair thing to do, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. And if you're not technical, you're probably thinking, well, maybe we don't need to hire anyone. And you're kind of waiting for everyone else to find that out for you. So it's a bit of a risk. So you've got like a self-fulfilling prophecy here. No one's hiring because they're being told that they won't need to hire people. And also, it looks good, I guess, for your shareholders, right? You go to, they're probably asking you, how are you utilizing AI? And you'll say, well, we haven't hired anyone because we're using AI to be productive. So I think there's going to be a period, maybe, I hope so. It could be a few months, maybe a year, where no one is really hiring, and because people are trying to verify if the claims that are being made are true. But we'll see. I'm not totally it comes across like I'm totally cynical, because I think, like, I've written some AI programs with Python, because I don't know Python very well. So you just like fart out a program, I don't know, that plots a graph or something. Yeah, I think it's pretty good for that. But I guess there's going to be a bifurcation in the industry, where if you're job is farting out sloppy Python shit. Not that I have anything against that, because I think if you're not a programmer, that's absolutely fine. Then I think that aspect of your job is just taken care of. If that is your job entirely, you're in big trouble. And the last 10 years, you've seen a massive uptick in quote unquote software engineers who are, in my opinion, maybe dead weight. And that might include me, to be honest, because to some extent I do feel redundant. If you write at a kind of low level and you don't, like, it's kind of just like a pointless exercise if people can just glue stuff together and it kind of works for like 5 minutes, and the product doesn't really matter because you just do another round of investment funding or whatever, then you don't need like a bespoke little craftsman kind of thing going on. It's just kind of like self-important. So in some ways I am redundant, which is ironic, I think, maybe. Anyway, this is a bit rambly, this bit, but yeah, that's my general opinion about it. Anyway, yeah, fuck off, I guess. Sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Anyway, bye. I didn't mean that last bit, I promise. If anyone's still listening, then you're great.